Lucknow, the city of Nawabs, where the grandeur of its past still echoes in the present. Known for its rich cultural heritage, Lucknow stands as a testament to a bygone era of Mughal splendor. But within its walls lies a chapter of history that changed the course of India's struggle for freedom.
So the residency essentially is a civil station. Right? There are officers, judges, financial officers, and a couple of barracks. The cantonment actually was outside the residency across the river. But when the whole sequence of events starting with Mangal Pandey, Meerut, all that began, it just so happened that the situation was precipitated by a loss of the British at Chinhat. So as the soldiers lost in Chinhat and retreated, they found refuge at the residency and the Machi Bhavan fort. And the engineers decided that Machi Bhavan fort is not defendable. Hence, the commissioner, Henry Lawrence, chose to defend the residency. And Machi Bhavan fort was blown up. Colonel Palmer with his forces comes to residency and the siege began, which lasted about 148 days. That's why residency became the eye of the vortex.
In 1856, the British East India Company annexed the prosperous state of Oudh, forcing Nawab Wajid Ali Shah into exile. The people of Lucknow, loyal to their ruler and their land, were left discontent. As the company's oppressive policies began to take hold, the delicate balance of the city's Nawabi culture was disrupted, and tensions began to simmer. The rebels were a patchwork of brave souls, sepoys who had sworn oath to defend their land, landowners who had everything to lose, artisans whose hands crafted the beauty of Lucknow, and common citizens driven by a burning desire for freedom. Each fought with heart and conviction, but without a guiding hand to lead them all. Their efforts, though heroic, were scattered with resources dwindling every passing day. The British, in contrast, moved with an ironclad command structure.
Rani Avanti Bai's story is quite inspiring. It's not less than that. So Rani Avanti Bai was basically a widow. She was a widow of the Maharaja Vikramaditya Singh. He was the king of Ramgarh, and after her husband's death, so the British they tried to annex her kingdom using the doctrine of lapse. Avanti Bai was, she was very adamant. She refused to let her kingdom kind of fall into the British hands, and she knew that she had to take the mantle of leadership and declared herself as a ruler of Ramgarh, which was a very valiant move, given that she was a woman from those days. And when the revolt against the British spread during the 1857, as we know, the Great Revolt of 1857, Rani Avanti Bai, she very fiercely, she gathered an army of 4,000 soldiers, and it mainly consisted of peasants and tribal warriors, but she did this to fight against the British forces. She was so well known for her bravery.
In November 1857, the British forces, led by Sir Colin Campbell, launched a final assault on the city. Despite the rebels' bravery, they could no longer hold back the tide. The second relief of Lucknow marked the beginning of the end for the resistance in the city.
The name of my alma mater is the Marketing College Lucknow, and at the residency when the revolt started in Meerut, and since the stronghold of the British in North India ranged from Delhi to Calcutta, and the next station of revolt was Lucknow, and at the residency all the British officials were stationed, which is close to the Imambara where the Nawab fort used to be held at times. So the Indian troops were revolted and the residency needed to be defended, which was defended then by everybody who could hold a weapon. And some of them, 50 of them actually, were students from La Martiniere College, for which our school for defending the British actually against Indians was awarded the Order of the British Empire. It's one of the two schools in the world to have that honor. But again, in independent India, how much of an honor it is debatable, and of course not publicized much by the school itself. Aside from that, the marks of the revolt of 1857 are visible across the city, ranging from Sikandar Bagh to Kher Bagh, Lamartine College, Residency itself, and the Imambara area in the old city, where you can see cannon and bullet shots even to this day. And a lot of it has shaped. Today, Lucknow is very developed, but up till recently, let's say till 30-40 years back, these places were extremely central to the town and its development. And that's how the revolt has actually influenced the city. And Begum Hazrat Mahal, who was leading the revolt from Lucknow, was actually imprisoned and exiled to Nepal along with her son. And then Lucknow became the capital of the British territory of the United Provinces.
As the last echoes of gunfire faded and the dust settled over the shattered residency, a flame was ignited across India that would refuse to be extinguished. The siege became a symbol of resistance, a rallying cry for those who would continue the struggle against British rule, sowing seeds of a greater victory. In the end, it's not a story of loss, but a story of resilience, a testament to the unyielding spirit of a people who refused to bow and who would rise again and again until they claimed their freedom.